in Kannada, published by the Loka Shikshana Trust, which even today publishes the oldest newspaper sent to Karnataka for the last 80 years. So in 2017, the editor of this special issue, the veteran journalist, one of our most venerated journalists in Kannada, G. N. Ranganath Rao, he called me up and asked for a special article. At that time I was so much stressed out that I could sit down patiently and prepare a new article, but instead I had one article ready. And that article was the story of Vidhan Soudha, which I had prepared for Kannada news channel with which I was associated in its formative years, which followed up within 1 year. So the story of this article is as well it has a checkered career as the story of Vidhan Soudha and its builder itself. The title of the article was Vidhan Soudha Vishada Kanda, the tragic story of Vidhan Soudha. I mean, the Vishada Kanda of Vidhan Soudha is the story of the triumph and tragedy of the greatest statesman and politician and the first elected chief minister of Karnataka, Sri Kengal Hanumanthayya. Even to this day, I feel we haven't done enough justice. At least the Indian National Congress, to which he belonged till his last breath, Indian National Congress have not done enough justice to the memory of Kengal Hanumanthayya. If at all someone deserves a posthumous Bharat Ratna award for Karnataka, the first name should be Sri Kengal Hanumanthayya, late Sri Kengal Hanumanthayya. Not merely because he built a magnificent structure, secretarial building called Vidhan Soudha, he was also instrumental in creation of the unified state of Karnataka. Karnataka ಏಕೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಇವೆರಡರ ರೂವಾರಿ ಇವೆರಡರ ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ಸು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಸಲ್ಲಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಶ್ರೀ ಕೆಂಗಲ್ ಹನುಮಂತಯ್ಯ ಅವರು. But I would name it as agony and ecstasy. I think in 1960s, many of the elders here, they might have seen an English film, Agony and Ecstasy. I think it was about a Roman architect. So Agony and Ecstasy just still remain in my memory. I use that title because it's a story of triumph and tragedy of Kengal Hanumanthayya. Vidhan Soudha must be the only building, public building, a mansion, which has only the foundation stone laying plate there, and there is no plate announcing the inauguration of Vidhan Soudha. A function was held, a formal function was held for laying the foundation stone of Vidhan Soudha, and no formal inauguration was ever done for Vidhan Soudha. A Graha Pravesha was performed, but it was never a public function at all. No dignitary at the national level or state level came down to formally inaugurate this building. Look at the irony of history. We all know that Kengal Hanumanthayya is the builder of Vidhan Soudha. But when the foundation stone of Vidhan Soudha was laid by the builder of modern India, the first Prime Minister of India, late Sri Jawaharlal Nehru, on 13 July 1951, Kengal Hanumanthayya was not the Chief Minister of Karnataka. And unification of Kannada speaking area into the new Mysore state was yet to take place. Karnataka was yet to be born and Kengal Hanumanthayya was yet to become Chief Minister. He was then a member of parliament. As a member of Constituent Assembly, they were all continued as members of the newly converted Lok Sabha. The first Lok Sabha was not an elected house at all. The members of the Constituent Assembly, with effect from January 26, 1950, became the first batch of parliament members. They were all unelected parliament members. So when the foundation stone of Vidhan Soudha was laid by late Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, Kengal Hanumanthayya was not the Chief Minister of Karnataka. And the state of Mysore, the present state of Mysore, was yet to be born. There was no unified state of Karnataka at all. And when Vidhan Soudha was thrown open for public use, Kengal Hanumanthayya was no longer the Chief Minister of Karnataka. He had become ex-Chief Minister of Karnataka. He lost his power on the day Vidhan Soudha was open for public use. I am not using the word inaugurated because there was no inauguration at all. Only foundation stone laying was done, Shilanyas was done, but no Udghatan was done for Vidhan Sabha. That's the irony of this building. You can search anywhere, there's no plaque announcing the date of inauguration and the dignitaries who have participated in it. And on the day of laying, and moreover, the site on which the foundation stone was laid by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, with Mr. K.C. Reddy as the Chief Minister of then Mysore State, that site no longer, was chosen to build the present day structure Vidhan Sabha. The foundation stone was laid at some site within the precincts of Kabir Park, and the real Vidhan Sabha was built elsewhere. The site which was ultimately chosen to build the structure was different. So many ironies and contradictions are intertwined with the story of Vidhan Sabha. So on the day he laid the foundation stone, I have a replica of the Hindu newspaper report, dated 14 July 1951. The foundation stone laying ceremony took place on 13 July 1951. Faith in democracy essential. That was the caption given to that news item on foundation laying stone ceremony for Vidhan Sabha. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru declared here today that building up of a great India was an act of faith. Faith in the democratic way, faith in the destiny of the nation, faith in ourselves. If that faith was lacking, and if people ignored the democratic way of selflessness and adopted a narrow sectional attitude, the country was bound to sink lower and lower the arid. It brings quite fresh in memory now that our Prime Minister is building a new parliamentary building. Central Vista is coming up. New parliament building is almost ready for inauguration in the coming July, mostly. And further he added, Mr. Nehru, who was laying the foundation stone of a new building for the Mysore Houses of Legislature, said that men who build the magnificent temples, cathedrals and monuments like the Taj in former ages did so out of intense faith. No mere engineer could have built them, however carefully he measured and calculated work. It is not merely the creation of a great engineer. It is not merely an engineering and technological marvel. It is the product of a beautiful dream, a great vision, and a profound faith in the innate creativity of mankind. So he says, those buildings represent the faith of man, faith not so much in the religious sense, but faith in his constructive activity, in his sense of beauty, in his belief in something that he cared for and respected, Mr. Nehru said. The builders put into the cold marble or stone something of that fire which made some buildings almost immortal. Nobody builds such things now. So Nehru thought nobody would build such buildings of yesterday as today. Now, this was in 1951, July 13. That time there was no elected government in Karnataka. The first Congress government in Karnataka consisted of, it was a product of the People's Representative Assembly, where there were only nominated members of Maharaja of Mysore. Then the citadel of power was Mysore, and the Mysore Palace was the office of the government of Mysore then. So it was Maharaja's government. After independence, of course, Maharaja he was redesignated as Raja Pramukh, and the first chief minister was Mr. K.C. Reddy, a veteran freedom fighter. Even he has not been given enough justice and honor for his contribution. He was the first chief minister. So after the foundation laying ceremony, he had prepared a plan. K.C. Reddy had a plan to build a 1+1 building, ground plus one, a 2-story building with an estimated cost of 33 lakhs. It was to be a brick and mortar building, a brick structure with ground floor and first floor. So 33 lakh was the estimate then. After 6 months, the first general elections were held in 1952 March, and on 18th March 1952, Mr. Kendar Hanumanthaya, who was elected from the Ramanagaram constituency then as an assembly member, as an MLA, he was elected as the first elected chief minister of Mysore. And as first elected chief minister, he had a very small compact cabinet of just 6 ministers. And what kind of ministers were they? What were their qualifications? These days, people in Delhi have started talking about the educational qualifications of the Prime Minister. That a Prime Minister or Chief Minister should be an educated man. So what were the qualifications of these 6 ministers who formed the cabinet of Sri Kengal Hanumanthaya? Our friend Balaji, you displayed that. Sri Kengal Hanumanthaya, BA LLB, Chief Minister. Sri A.G. Ramachandra Rao, BA LLB, Minister for Law and Education. Sri T. Chennaya, BSc, Local Administration and Public Health. Sri Kadidal Manjappa, BA LLB, Revenue and Moramat, that is Religious Endowment Minister. Sri H. Sidvirappa, BA LLB, Internal Municipal Administration and Information Minister. Dr. R. Nagarjuna, MSc, PhD, America, Agriculture Minister. And Sri H. M. Channasappa, BSc, Industry Minister. The 6 ministers. They were all eminently qualified men, and almost all of them were freedom fighters in their own right. Each of them had given away the best part of the youth for the freedom struggle. So they were all natural products of the freedom movement, and they constituted the 6-member cabinet of Kengal Hanumanthaya. On the day of handing over charge, his predecessor, K.C. Reddy, told him, "Sir, it was my dream to build a separate legislature building for the Mysore state. Of course, destiny was not in favor of me. Now it has bestowed upon you to complete that dream. Please do it." Then Hanumanthaya took it very seriously. He took it upon his heart. He said, he promised him, "Sir, I will definitely fulfill your dream, not just the way you want it, in a much bigger way." So after that, he surveyed the site where the foundation stone was laid, and he was not happy about it. He said, "See, we are going to build a monumental structure, a huge mansion, which will reflect the dignity, honor, self-respect of people of not only the present state of Mysore, but the yet to be born, the Vishal Mysore state, the yet to be born state of Karnataka. Vishal Mysore state means the earlier Maharajas Mysore consisted of only 9 districts of old Mysore area. The new Mysore state, which came into being in 1956, it consisted of 19 districts. So he said this Mysore state will not remain so small and tiny. It's going to be a larger, much larger state. So the building that we must build, the structure that we must build must be befitting the large-heartedness, the generosity and nobility of the people of Kannada-speaking areas, which are going to be unified into a single Mysore state. That was his foresight and vision. So he asked for the architect, Mr. Manikam, so the chief architect of Mysore state. He asked them to prepare a ground plan for such a structure, which will have both the houses of legislature as well as offices of all the heads of departments of the government of Mysore. So all the secretaries will also have their offices there, ministers will have their offices there, and the personal staff will also have their offices there. He wanted such a magnificent structure. So they prepared a plan and presented it before the chief minister. He expresses unhappiness. He said, "Yeah, what it just looks like a sparrow nest. It's so small, tiny. There's no aesthetics, no artistic elements in it." Then he constituted an expert committee of 12 members and gave them and shared his vision. I think I'll better quote what he wanted it to be. That's the most important, vision statement of Hanumanthaya. He told them, that committee of experts, ಭವ್ಯ ಕಟ್ಟಡ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕೆಂದು 12 ಮಂದಿ ತಜ್ಞರುಗಳ ಸಮಿತಿ ರಚಿಸಿ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಯ ಸೌಧದ ರೂಪುರೇಷೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೆಂಗಲರು ವಿವರಿಸಿದ ರೀತಿಯೇ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಆಡಳಿತಗಾರರಿಗೆ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಚ್ಚರಿಗೊಳಿಸುವಂತಿತ್ತು. ಟುಡೇ ರೂಲರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಮೇಜ್ಡ್ by the depth of his vision, by the beauty of his dream. So he says, quote, "ಇದು ಅಖಂಡ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ರಾಜಧಾನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮತ್ತು ಸಚಿವಾಲಯದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸ್ಥಳಾವಕಾಶ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವ ಭವನ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅಂತಸ್ತಿನ ಇಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಡವಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. 4 ಅಂತಸ್ತಿನ ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಕಲ್ಲಿನ ಕಟ್ಟಡ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ 4 ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಸದೃಢವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟರ್ಡಿ. ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಇದರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಂಗಲೂ ಉಪಯೋಗವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಂಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್. ದೇರ್ ಶಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಈಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಕಲಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವಾಗಿರುವ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಕಟ್ಟಡಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಬೃಹತ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಭವ್ಯವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. It should be far more magnificent than any other public building that is to be built or that is under construction at present in independent India. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಡದ ನಕ್ಷೆ ತಯಾರಿಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಯೋನ್ಮುಖರಾಗಬೇಕು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಸವಲತ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಒದಗಿಸಲಾಗುವುದು. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ alone will supply the men and material required for construction of this building. ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ ವಿದೇಶಿ ಮಾದರಿಯ ಕಟ್ಟಡವಲ್ಲ. It should not be a replica of some western style building. ಇದು ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಾಸ್ತುಶಿಲ್ಪದ ಪುನರುಜ್ಜೀವನದ ಮಾದರಿ. It shall be reincarnation of the Indian heritage architecture. ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಖಾಸಗಿ ಗುತ್ತಿಗೆದಾರರಿಗೆ ವಹಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. We shall not entrust the construction of the building to a private contractor. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕಾಮಗಾರಿ ಇಲಾಖೆ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. It's a government PW department which will construct the building. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಂತದ ಕೆಲಸಗಾರರು ರಾಜ್ಯದವರೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಲೇಬರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್ ಶಾಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಲಭ್ಯವಿರುವ ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಕಲ್ಲು, ಶ್ರೀಗಂಧ, ತೇಗದ ಮರ, ಕಬ್ಬಿಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸಲಾಗುವುದು. We shall use all the building materials which are available in Karnataka, in the forests of Karnataka, in the quarries of Karnataka, in the mining areas of Karnataka. ಸೌಧದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಕಾರ್ಯ 4 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ we set a time frame for that. It shall be completed within a time frame of 4 years. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪೋಲಾಗದಂತೆ ದುರ್ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಂತೆ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. You must ensure that not a single rupee is misused, not a bag of cement is stolen, not a single brick is wasted. That was the condition that was the discipline he laid out for himself. That was the layout plan for Vidhan Sabha. After that they prepared some plan, when he was not satisfied. Then he goes to Mysore. In Mysore, there was a palace architect by name Sthapati Nagendra Swami. With Sthapati Nagendra Swami, he shares his dreams. What kind of a building it should be? It should not have a Western design. It should be a real Karnataka, a neo-Dravidian structure. So he shares his ideas with Sthapati Nagendra Swami. Sthapati Nagendra Swami, after 3 days discussion with Hanumanthaya, he prepares a design which almost resembles the present day structure. So he takes that sketch, calls his engineers and committee of experts, and then he gets approval from the legislature. And you must remember, though many of his contemporaries remember him and some of his biographers, they mention him as a dictator. He was dictatorial in his temperament. He was very assertive, very arrogant. His self-respect was bordering on arrogance. Especially Jawaharlal Nehru would never see eye to eye with him. He doesn't care for the Prime Minister. Because he was so much conscious of his self-respect and dignity. But anyway, on the day of Bhumi Puja, first what he does, he said this place is not ideal where the foundation stone was laid. It was somewhere near the present press club of Bangalore. Then he changes the location. It was a hilly terrain. It was hillock next adjoining the Raj Bhavan of those days. So he selects that site, changes the building plan as given by Sthapati Nagendra Swami, the palace architect of Mysore, and he fixes the date for Bhumi Puja. So that was in November 1952. November 1952. The foundation stone was laid in 1951, July 13, when Kesari was the chief minister. The Bhumi Puja was conducted on November 13th or so in 1952. So on the day of Bhumi Puja, he called the chief engineer who was assigned the task of supervising the building construction. He was one Muniswami. He calls him to the residence. See, the official residence of the chief minister then was Kumarkupa, the present Kumarkupa guest house. So he takes him to the puja room. He was a great devotee of Tengal Hanumantraya. The Tengal Hanumantraya temple is there on Mysore Road. He takes him to the puja room, asks for 2 glasses of milk. ಅದು ಮುಂದಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮುನಿಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರೇ, ನಾವಿವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಿರೋದು ದೇವರ ಕೆಲಸ, ಅಂದರೆ ದೇವರ ಸಮಾನರಾಗಿರೋ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳ ಕೆಲಸ. ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮುನಿಸ್ವಾಮಿ, what we are going to begin today is God's work. That means it is a work of people who are equal to God. The people of Karnataka are equal to God. So it's a divine task. ಇದು ದೇವರ ಕೆಲಸ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ರೂಪಾಯಿ ದುರುಪಯೋಗ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ದುರ್ಬಳಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ತಯಾರಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಈ ಕೆನೆಲ್ ಹನುಮಂತರಾಯನನ್ನು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಲು ಕೊಡಿರಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಬಿಡಿ. So tells it, if you are prepared to undertake this task, this onerous task, then you take a pledge before the divine God and then bring this milk. And that fellow, he prostrates before the chief minister. Sir, I am blessed to be given, I feel blessed that I am assigned this divine assignment from you. I shall never let you down, I will not betray your faith. So he promises. Then the work begins.
ಪೈಸಾನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್
Who are the workers
ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
then? About 6,500 workers were
ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಪೈಸಾ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ,
involved in the construction of Vidhan Sabha.
ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
Out of the 600, nearly 5,000 were life convicts who were spending their lifetime in central jail.
ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿರೋ
Central jail
ಕೈದಿಗಳು
was then
ತಗೊಂಡು
in Gandhinagar,
ಕಟ್ಟಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
and also some of the district jails
ಜೀವ
within the
ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ
Mysore state.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ,
About
ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಟ್ಟಿಸ್ತಾರೆ
5,000
ಇದನ್ನ.
life convicts, they were all unskilled, most of them were all unskilled laborers. They were deployed for the construction of Vidhan Sabha on the assurance that if you participate in the construction of the building, you'll be set free. Once the inauguration is over, you'll be given freedom from
ಮುಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ
imprisonment.
ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀ
So
ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
5,000 life
ಅವ್ರನ್ನ
convicts are employed in the building.
ಕೈದಿಗಳನ್ನ
Engineers, carpenters, plumbers, electricians from different departments, mainly 3 departments. This is Town Planning and Architecture Department, Department of Public Works, and Department of Electricity. It was called as Department of Electricity, Power Department. So technicians from all the 3 departments were involved, and the construction work started. It became the largest ever building construction project in Bangalore had ever seen in its history. Therefore, the construction site of Vidhan Sabha itself became a tourist attraction every day. Whoever comes, even Bangaloreans themselves, weekend they would all come to the construction site and keep watching curiously at each floor. Initially, Hanumanth himself had planned for ground plus 2 because unification of Mysore state, unification of Kannada speaking area was not at a certainty. There was a lot of controversy regarding unification of Karnataka also. He was facing opposition from his own party people. His own ministerial colleagues were opposed to the idea of unification because it was a Vokkaliga dominated area, whole Mysore area was a Vokkaliga dominated area. Most of the leading congressmen were all eminent Vokkaliga politicians, and they had their own suspicions, they had their own reservations. If Karnataka is unified, if Kannada speaking areas are unified, if a unified Mysore state is born, we may lose our privacy, we may lose our privileges, we may lose our power. Now, one incident I quote from Mr. D.V. Chandragowda, former speaker and former minister, former parliament member, most versatile political leaders we have seen, is still there.